Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion on this gorgeous August morning up at the notch. Giovanni likes to call it his notch. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm very excited today to have this chat about, especially now, with all these flowers are everywhere. If you can see behind me, the flowers, and there's that little part there where they're all, well, I guess they're taller than me over there too, but I don't really want to go through the water to figure that out. But it's just so beautiful. So this is a good day to have this discussion about developing a dandelion mindset. It just kind of been sort of surfacing in me to have this talk. And because dandelions are technically a weed, right? They're technically a weed, though they also have a flower. So the dandelion mindset thing is, no matter how much we mow, there's little G, no matter how much we mow the lawn, they just keep popping up. You can keep cutting them down and they keep popping up. And so dandelions, we're going to call them a flower, it's just nicer, right? Really should technically be, I think, the poster flower for resilience, because they grow and thrive whether anyone else wants them to or not. And that's what we're talking about today. And definitely, I can relate to that just from my childhood. This was just constant, knockdown. And life does that to us, right? So when we develop the dandelion mindset, we also don't make a statement and just say all that. You just do it, right? So we're talking about being quietly effective. So quietly effective, it sort of plays into the whole dandelion thing, okay? Just realizing when people are coming from a place where they're being competitive, and maybe there's coming from a place of insecurity, which leads to a gamut of other emotions like jealousy and envy and all these things that just don't feel good. To really have it in our heads that really the only competition there is, at least not the only competition there is, the only authentic competition there is the one we have with ourselves. So we can let all that noise go on around us, especially in the workplace. I feel like it's more subtle often, maybe not, but I think most often it's more subtle in the workplace because people have to behave themselves a little more in the professional arena. So if they're going to kind of jab and stab at you, they got to be a little more cunning and a little more on the DL, which, is also how it works with bullies in general, right? Because in families, we just feel a little safer to say our mind, I think. But anyway, to really realize that, when somebody's, acting out and doing all this behavior and, being passive aggressive, right, which is just trying to show their anger, only they don't want to show it directly, maybe because it is the workplace. And so they're doing all these little things on the side just to get you and let you know they're pissed, or let you know you don't have their approval. Who cares? Because I don't give a fat rat's ass if I have anybody's approval, 57. That's just how it is. But here's the thing, dandelion mindset. So regardless of what little petty stuff they're doing to let you know that they're competing with you, to let you try to believe that you're underneath them in whatever way, when they're trying to elevate at your expense or somebody you care about's expense, to just really, and I'm not saying it doesn't need a conversation sometimes, for sure it does. We're talking about, I guess including that, but most of the time, I think it's subtle, and it doesn't, the big confrontations are a whole nother conversation. I think for the most part, this subtle stuff, being quietly effective, feeds into the dandelion mindset, and just have it in your own head. You don't have to make a declaration. I'm going to grow and thrive whether you want me to or not, because that's like a battle of the egos, and that doesn't help anybody, right? So to take the high road means you just know that I'm going to grow and thrive whether you want me to or not, and step out of the noise, let them be in their jealousy, let them be in their competition, let them be in their insecurity, and just let them do all that stuff. And it's like, it's more apt to dissipate too, because just like any other kind of bullying behavior or petty behavior, however you want to label it, unhealthy, just stupid, hurtful behavior, the less attention it gets, because that's what they want. They want to get your, so as they say, get your goat, but in our family can't really say that because we have goats and we love them. But they when they take a piece of you, when you don't let them, that's not what they want. They want to get a piece. They want to make you squirm, make you nervous, make you get a rise out of you. So when they don't get that, you're actually extinguishing the behavior pretty quickly. Look at little G's taking a little. But he doesn't do the deep, which is interesting for a golden retriever because they love to swim. But he's more of a shallow guy. I mean, he's very deep. I don't mean that. But as far as water goes, he prefers the shallow end. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the rest of the dandelion mindset thing, I'll say, be quietly effective. Understand that these people are around you are all coming from insecure, whatever place, ego-driven, approval-seeking, elevating, place for you to realize to grow and thrive, and that you're going to just choose that regardless of what's going on around you. It's like kind of like staying in the eye of the storm where it's calm, right? Okay, then the second part of it is to, once we realize we can grow and thrive whether anyone else wants us to or not, that's when we also decide this. We decide to bring success into everything we do. Everything's a big word. I don't usually use it much. So that's what I'm going to do the disclaimer of to the best of our ability, okay? So the idea is to eat, the smallest tasks of the day. If you're making breakfast, if you're making lunch, if it's or making dinner, it's a phone call, it's mowing the lawn, it's just being present for someone who needs to talk. If it's cleaning the bathroom, anything, to really full throttle be present in that and bring success. If you're going to clean the bathroom, clean it like a Marine, okay? If you're going to make a dinner, make it, even if it's hot dogs. There's one of my favorite books. I used it for a class I used to teach called Touching Spirit there. I won't get into the whole thing with the book. It's one of my favorites. There's part of it where the main character is a teenager and he's on this island for restorative justice because he had a lot of anger and did a lot of things. So the answer was to have him, figure out his way in the wilderness. And part of it, which is where I'm going with they bring success to everything you do, is there's a part in there, which is one of my favorite parts, about he's by himself. He's got nothing but time. And he's got hot dogs. Obviously, he's got supplies. Hot dogs, and he's got some relish and buns and things like that. And he takes, it doesn't say the minutes, but he takes a really long time to carefully roast it just the right way and make it, just everything was, and roast the bun, and he cut up some, peppers and things to make it, and he made it all beautiful. You can bring success to making a hot dog. One of my favorite parts, it was so mindful. So that's what we're talking about. You can bring success to walking your dog in the woods. So when we're talking about the dandelion mindset, that is also part of it, okay? Short one today. So the idea, grow and thrive, no matter what, and bring success to everything you do. Bring out and embrace your inner dandelion. Have a mindful day.